August 28, 1963. On this day, America was forced to look in the mirror. It was a nation built on a promise of freedom, yet it stood fractured by segregation, fear, and deep-seated inequality. At the foot of the Lincoln Memorial, a man rose to speak. It wasn't with anger, but with a powerful moral authority that could not be ignored. That man was Martin Luther King Jr., and his voice carried the weight of generations who had waited far too long for justice. This wasn't a speech meant to comfort a divided nation. It was a demand for America to finally live up to the promises it had written on paper but failed to honor in reality. King reminded the world that a full century after the Emancipation Proclamation, Black Americans were still not truly free. They were trapped by discrimination, locked out of opportunity, and isolated on what he called a lonely island of poverty in a vast ocean of material prosperity. The Constitution had promised equality for all, but for Black Americans, that promise had come back stamped with the words insufficient funds. Yet, even in the face of this profound injustice, King rejected bitterness and violence. He insisted that the struggle for freedom must be waged with dignity, discipline, and an unshakable belief that justice delayed is justice denied. Then, his words shifted from protest to prophecy. "I have a dream," he declared. He painted a vivid picture of a future where his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. He envisioned a world where the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners could sit down together at the table of brotherhood. He saw Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, transformed into an oasis of freedom. He dreamed of children of all races joining hands as equals. This wasn't a fantasy. It was a moral vision, deeply rooted in faith, history, and the powerful conviction that humanity could rise above its darkest instincts. As his voice echoed across the National Mall, King called for freedom to ring from every corner of America, from the highest mountains to the lowest valleys. He understood that when justice rises, it lifts everyone. Dr. King would not live to see his dream fully realized, but his words became his legacy. The dream didn't die with him in 1963. It became our shared responsibility. It's a constant reminder that progress is never guaranteed, that equality must always be defended, and that the dream only survives when we choose courage over comfort and justice over silence. Thank you for watching.